What's going on, everybody? Jeff Holiday here, and today I want to do something different, something lighthearted. We've been talking a lot about vaccinations and people getting hurt because of different alternative treatments for quite a while. I just want to do something a little bit more lighthearted. I want to go check in on Mike Adams. For those who don't know, Mike Adams is the guy who runs Natural News. He's known as the Health Ranger. He's a very terrible rapper. I'm not going to link it here because last time I did, I got copyright struck for that. But go look up Mike Adams' rap. It's awful. But he also works with InfoWars quite a bit. Now, he's been censored off of YouTube for making some rather bold and freaky claims. And whether that's right or it's wrong, him retreating to a smaller independent platform that I think he even actually owns has made him more crazy and more entertaining. So let's take a look. Now, this video is called 5 Cosmic Things You Need to Know About Life, Earth, and the War Against Humanity. Let's go.
The Earth is greening. The Earth is being rehabilitated from the damage caused by human population.
This is quite possibly the most smooth-brained take I've ever heard in my life about environmentalism. Just soak this one in.
Through rising CO2 levels. In other words, it's rising CO2 that is healing the planet. Because CO2 is the miracle molecule of life for plants. The higher the CO2 is in the atmosphere, and it's barely above 400 parts per million, which is a fraction of a percent. It's very tiny. But the higher it gets, the more the planet is regreened. On every continent, some areas with as much as 50% increases in leaf coverage through trees and grasses and bushes and shrubs.
Now, there's quite a bit there that we have to unpack. So Mike Adams is under the belief that the ecological damage done to the planet is done to plants, just apparently to plants, and that the symptom of our living on this planet has been damage to the plants. I'm not really sure exactly how he rationalizes that away. His idea is that because we, through industrial methods, have increased the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere, that we're actually, through our pollution, heating up the planet. That's good for the plants, and that's actually a good thing overall. Now, it's true, rising CO2 levels can cause to an overabundance of plant growth. That, however, does not necessarily make it a good thing. For instance, you don't want a greening effect to happen in a place that is historically covered in ice. That's not good. That's like the opposite of good. But even more so, him talking about, well, CO2, it's only 500 parts per million in the atmosphere. This is the same guy that has claimed any parts per million of glyphosate is an extinction level event put on by the globalists trying to destroy the human health. I mean, this is the most disingenuous shit in the world.
Now, the globalists are trying to literally destroy the global food supply. They're engaged in a terraforming operation to try to block the sun. This is called stratospheric aerosol injection. And this has been embraced and celebrated by people like Deep State operative John Brennan, who talked about it publicly on a C-SPAN episode. Stratospheric aerosol injection. It means high altitude pollution.
Chemtrails. Chemtrails. So furthering our discussion on this, he's going to start complaining about chemtrails, which there are very specific ideas that some people really like the idea of for trying to combat global warming. For instance, aerosol sprays that are put out there to reflect away some of the sun's energy so that not as much of a warming effect takes place. As far as I'm aware, most climatologists, most scientists who are dealing with the environment don't actually like this idea. They see it as kind of a radical and inappropriate way to deal with the problem. But as far as this affecting the global food supply, what Mike Adams fails to understand is that there is not actually a global food shortage. There isn't. There are food shortages in very specific places. We have the ability to grow plenty of food for everybody on the planet right now. We have for a very long time. The problem is the infrastructure to get the food to the people who are starving, or to the people who have deficiencies, like the people who, 500,000 children a year that die, and another 500,000 that go blind because they don't have vitamin A in their diet, which we could address with things like GMOs, but historically speaking, Mike Adams he's very terrified of GMOs.
Second point, the global depopulation effort has begun. 5G networks that are being rolled out across the cities of America and around the world have a dual function. Yes, they function as a telecommunications infrastructure. They're very good at that. That's the cover story. The real purpose of 5G is to deploy a weapon system that can specifically target individuals based on the electronic devices that they are carrying. 5G uses the same frequencies as military weapon systems, electromagnetic weapons. And
so, all them 5G towers. So I've been hearing so many of these 5G conspiracy videos over the past few months that now anytime me and Memory are like driving through some rural area and we see like the towers off in the distance, one or the other of us immediately has to look at the other and be like, it's a kill grid. We're driving through the kill grid right now. They're gonna nuke us. This is such a blessing of a conspiracy theory because it's so fun and it's so immediate that you can actually see it like everywhere around you. And you have to think to yourself, how terrified people must be who believe this. I mean, really. Oh, yes, honey, it is quite a wonderful day to take the kids out for a drive. I think that, maybe afterwards we'll go and get some ice cream. Oh, what's that? Honey, do you see that up there on the ridge? It's another one of those kill towers. Well, kids, we're not going to be able to get ice cream today. We're going to have to go 2 hours out of our way to avoid that 5G tower. Don't want the government to kill us.
Every person living in a city will be within a couple hundred meters of a 5G antenna, and they will be able to be targeted with electromagnetic radiation overlapping antennas to hit you with 5 or even 10 different beams at the same time.
I think we have footage of that. Can we roll that? Devastating.
They can literally beam electromagnetic radiation into your skull without you even knowing about it. And if you carry a mobile phone, that's all they have to target. They're targeting you by targeting the device that you're carrying. So if you are carrying a mobile phone in a 5G environment, you are carrying around a big bullseye on your skull.
Well, then it's an easy answer. Just make sure you get yourself a circa mid-2000 Sanyo pink flip phone. I can't get 5G on this. There's no way I could get 5G on this. It's like I'm bulletproof. I'm bulletproof right now. This is amazing.
All the technology that humanity needs to grow and prosper already exists. Some of it was already transferred, in fact, to humanity from, we'll just say, non-terrestrial sources.
Aliens?
And the government has been sitting on this technology for a very long time. Some of it includes technology that can be used for propulsion, which would allow for space exploration. Some of it, I believe, involves elemental transmutation.
Alien warp drive and replicator technology. Okay, we're going full-blown Star Trek in this one. All right.
Technology, which allows elements on the table of elements to be transmuted from one element to another. Not every element to every other element, but certain elements can be, through exotic technology, transmuted into other types of elements.
Ooh, wow.
Now, whether or not you believe that technology exists, it certainly has not been released to the people. It has been held.
Whether or not you believe it exists, it has not been released to the people. Well, what if I think it doesn't exist? Well, then obviously it hasn't been released to the people. What? This man doesn't have a single wrinkle in his brain. Completely smooth, like a fucking football helmet. His brain is like a fucking football helmet.
held by the globalists. And the globalists, their plan is to eliminate most of humanity. They want to see the population mostly eliminated, 90%. And they will use robots to replace most human labor. Automated systems are the future for the globalists. Once they have automated systems, they don't need the strawberry pickers. They don't even need the voters, because the plan is to allow AI robots to have voting rights. And then, of course, they will be programmed to vote for the globalist candidate. So all elections will be stolen in the future by granting voting rights to robots by claiming that they have consciousness. This will be further underscored by some humans believing that they are uploading their consciousness to a machine, so-called transhumanism, or the singularity of AI systems. This has been pushed by people like Ray Kurzweil, who works for Google, the evil globalist corporation that's behind a lot of the destruction of humanity.
Who banned me off of YouTube, those fucks? Okay, the rest of this video is like, it gets completely off the wall, but a lot of it is just this, like, we're all going to engage in this civil war between the leftists and the rightists. Let me just try and summarize the majority of this. So these are cosmic things that are happening out there in the world. The planet warming is actually a good thing because, really, if you think about it, wouldn't it be better if Antarctica was covered in leaves and trees and greenery? And that's not going to have any problems with everything else in the world. Of course not. Of course not. Let's see. What else? GMOs are evil. We have plenty of ways that we could grow plenty of food anyway, even though we already do. That was given to us by aliens, who also give us warp drive and replicator technology, but, damn it, the government just won't let us have it. Let's see. And all of this is just to have a depopulation agenda where we kill off 90% of the whole planet and we replace them with robots, right? Robots. And we tell everybody, the 10% that's left, that for some reason we still have to try and fool them, I don't know why, that these robots are actually sentient, even though we programmed them to always vote for Joe Biden. And people who think they're going to be immortal will upload their brains into a machine, but actually just fooling. You're just getting replaced with like a cloned AI intelligent. This is wild. Wild. Mike Adams has not drank the Kool-Aid. He chugged it. He chugged the whole vat. I am thoroughly convinced this man is a walking example of being permafried by conspiracy. This is crazy. This is up there. This is even more insane than David Icke. This is brilliant. But anyway, I think that's it. I needed a good laugh today, and I hope you did too. We'll check in on Mike here and there. I'll be sure and put some of his videos in the Wingnut Roundup, and every now and then we just need to lighten things up. We'll go see how he's doing. Anyway, thank you very much for your attention. Hope you and your family are well from mine to yours. See you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.